So in Genesis chapter 4 verse 1, and Adam knew Hawa, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, or Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from Yahweh. And she again bare his brother Abel, or Havel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground and offered unto Yahweh. Now, think about this as we go along. What's interesting is that this story is tied into making an offering. Verse 4, and Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And Yahweh had respect unto Abel and to his offering, but unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. Now, the question that we want to consider. One, why was Abel's offering preferred over Cain's? And two, what is the underlying meaning to this story? Because as Brother Shaul brings out, and as was mentioned earlier, for we know, we being the Israelites, we being those whom the word was entrusted to, whether you consider yourself Hebrew, Israelite, or Jew. For we know, Brother Shaul said, that the Torah is spiritual. So there's an underlying meaning. I just want everybody to consider that as we go along. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, which means angry, and his countenance fell. Now think about that. Now this is the first mentioning specifically of emotions being involved. Okay? Emotions, anger. Then it says his countenance fell. So now you're talking about sadness or depression. Now think about it. And Yahweh said unto Cain, why are you angry? Why is your countenance fallen? If you do well, shall you not be accepted? So the question we have to ponder on, what was it about Cain's offering that he didn't do well? He continues, and if you do not well, sin lies at the door. Listen to that. Something's about to move in. Something's about to creep in. And unto you shall be his desire, and you shall rule over him. Okay? Think about that. It's speaking of sin as if it's an entity all of its own. Okay? Unto you. Now sin's desire is to overtake you. And you shall rule over him. What does that mean? Sin lies at the door. Unto you shall be his desire, and you shall rule over him. What does that mean? Think about that. Let's move on. And Cain talked with Abel his brother. And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. What did we just learn? This is the first murder in the Bible, in the story, in the narrative of humanity. The very first murder. Now, I'm emphasizing that because I want everybody to consider what we talked about a little earlier, how the Messiah referred to the devil as being a murderer from the beginning. Think about that. But then we have the first murderer is actually Cain, as far as humanity goes. So if the devil is a murderer from the beginning, got this story here dealing with humanity and the first murder among humanity. We already saw where the Bible said that Cain was of the wicked one. So what we're seeing the line of the adversary as it continues, as it's being brought forth in this world. Let's move on. And Yahweh said unto Cain, where is Abel your brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? Now many people have taught on that. Am I my brother's keeper? Am I my brother's keeper? It asked that question. So that means somewhere in the Word. And here's a little tidbit for everybody who's watching. Whenever the Bible presents a question, the answer also has been provided within the pages of the Bible. So, am I my brother's keeper? Well, we can go to other scriptures and we can definitely attest, yes, we are. Matter of fact, I believe Brother Shaul talked about how every man should seek another man's wealth. That doesn't mean seek what he owns or possesses. That means seek that this brother or this sister is doing okay, his well-being. So we are our brother's keeper. Verse 10, and he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. Now we want to take a look at those two terms according to the Hebrew. So let me get the board prepared for you. A fugitive and a vagabond. Now a fugitive, based on the definition we use it as a person who commits a crime and now they are on the run from the law, from being punished. So they're a fugitive. A vagabond basically is somebody who wanders the streets, wanders from place to place, from town to town. Think about that. Okay? Now, the word for fugitive. The word is nuah. Nuah. Number 5128. Okay. Now what it means, this is a primitive root. What it means is to waver, to quiver, to be tossed about or around. Okay, now it's interesting, let's go to the parent root, which is your nun and your ayin. And we all know what the nun is, it's the seed. What is the ayin? The ayin is actually the eye. Put that there so you can distinguish it's the eye. Now again, when you deal with parent roots, always remember, and I'm going to keep emphasizing this, consider the properties of a seed. Consider the properties of an eye. But there are various things that you can look at with either of those. But one of the things we come to find as far as the seed goes, it represents continuity or to continue. But the eye, think about it. What do we do with the eye? We see. But don't look at it as just in the sense of, seeing, but searching. Okay? So now when we look at the term nuah, it means continued searching. So here's the question, what are we looking for? So that's why you have as a definition to waver, because you're searching, you're looking for something, okay? So that's the term for fugitive. Now when you look at it in the sense that we use the word fugitive,